trance-like state. Perhaps, indeed, suspended animation. When the door opened and a policeman came into the cell, Anya was startled, not sure what was happening. She was taken through to the reception desk and told to sit on a bench next to a sad-eyed woman who looked Roma, a young guy who was drunk, and a man with a large black eye. The fatherly cop who had left her door partly open took the box of her belongings out of a closet. "Get yourself together," he said. "You have to go to the court hearing." Anya turned on her phone, quickly checked her messages, put her belt back on and laced up her sneakers. The laces had been taken from her before she had spent the night in the cell. "Don't make too much effort," the cop advised. "You're going to court." "Why, aren't laces allowed in court?" Anya asked in surprise. "They are, but you'll have to take them back off at the special detention centre," he explained considerately. Anya was touched. Her appearance in court took less time than she expected, contrary to what she'd hoped, because it was at least light and airy there. Her friends had brought coffee and a Caesar salad for her, and she was allowed to keep her phone. The judge, whose punctuality Anya was regretting, was a severe-looking grey-haired man. The hearing began on time. The breaks lasted precisely as long as he said they should. This might be a good sign, she thought. If someone looked as stern and unassailable as a rock face, she was sure the decisions they made would be just and fair. Anya's crime was to have been within reach of a riot policeman at a protest rally. She had been randomly plucked from the crowd and shoved into a police bus, where it was hot but rather lively. Lots of people besides Anya were being arrested, and they were all talking, joking, and laughing together. There was a party atmosphere. This was the first time she had been in a police bus, so it was an adventure. She had no doubt that when they got to the police station, they would all soon be released. She and the others were taken to a conference room. It was a large space with rows of chairs, a bit like a schoolroom. By one wall was what looked like a desk for the teacher, only it had a portrait of Putin to the right of it, one of Medvedev to the left, and the flag of the Russian Federation in the middle. Anya's fellow detainees were called up to the desk, one by one. They each signed some papers and were then released. It was getting dark outside, but still Anya was being kept waiting, until finally she was the only person left and the darkness had become impenetrable. An electric light up by the ceiling was making an irritating buzz. A policeman came in and told her she would have to spend the night in an ADC, which was decoded for her as an administrative detention cell. She could not see why she was the only one being treated like this, and began arguing. The policeman said she was facing a more serious charge than the others, and would have to stay in the ADC to await trial. Lying on the floor in her cell, she had found it less easy to suppose everything was going to end well, or soon. The court today was at least clean and orderly, and there was even a bolt on the toilet door. Anya's hopes of a happy ending revived slightly. When the judge invited her to address the court, she was reluctant to stigmatize him in case he was about to release her, and she would find she had been unjustly rude to a good-hearted person. The judge heard her out, retired to deliberate for half an hour, emerged exactly on time, and, with a wholly just and absolutely unassailable expression on his face, ruled that she should continue to be held in custody. Anya was duly transferred to a special detention centre. The two cops transporting her were in a hurry to get home, so they put a flashing light on the roof of their car and sailed past the Moscow traffic jams. Racing through the streets with the siren wailing, Anya felt like a big cheese in the criminal underworld. But this part of the day was also disappointingly brief. She looked out of the car window as apartment buildings flashed by, and reflected that even the most uninspired 5-story blocks appear unbelievably appealing to someone on whom a sentence has just been pronounced. Arriving at the special detention centre, Anya's guards found that their speeding had been to no avail, because a whole line of police cars with detainees was held up in front of the gate. Another long wait followed. The cops at first took turns getting out of the car to smoke, then they both got out at the same time. Then they let Anya out to join them. Inevitably, the discussion turned to politics. The senior cop sententiously pointed out what a